Everybody's.
I was not playing Call of Duty.
I was not playing Call of Duty.
I was playing it Friday.
Okay.
Well, goddamn, I guess I'm the only one playing Call of Duty then.
Like,
I feel like an asshole.
You already are an asshole.
Yeah.
But you're playing it like nonstop though. Like, you ever thought of break?
While we're okay.
Yeah. All right.
I don't have an addiction, okay? The first step is admitting you have a problem, and I'm not fucking admitting anything. I don't have a problem. I'm fine.
Yeah, but you know what they say, you know, second is, you know...
Blacker the berry, sweeter the juice? Oh, that's the wrong saying.
That's the wrong saying, yeah. Okay, now let's talk about the pay-per-view that happened last week. It was the first ever pay-per-view of WWH back online. And from the looks of it, the overall pay-per-view had over like 7,000 words, which is pretty good for a strong comeback. We crowned a new world champion. We crowned a new international champion. We crowned a Bombshells World Tag Team and a No Limits champion. And from what I read from the feedback, everyone loved the results. And not only that, we have a number one contender for the world title, which is very interesting after what happened at the end of the main event. Let's say, long story short, there was a title ceremony. You know, trophies were handed out to Chris Matthews. He got bitch slapped by Antonio Inoki. And then Randy Fields comes out of nowhere and hits his finisher on him, kind of like, you know, sending a message to him saying that he's basically next on his list. Now, the big question is, we got War Games coming up, and the world title is obviously going to be on the line. But that doesn't mean that the title could possibly be defended on the road to War Games. Not saying that it'll actually be defended, but I'm saying like to help build up the storyline for it. Obviously, this coming week on Showdown, we have 2 title matches, international and No Limits. That was actually by per request, which was very surprising because I thought that they would want the week off or at least to help build the storyline more. But it looks like Jacob Cass and Chris Kane want to beat each other that badly, and then Killer defending the international title against Everett Alani and Demi May. And so far, everyone seems to be happy about the card. I don't know if you guys seen it. What do you guys think about it? Give us your thoughts, but give us your overall thoughts of the Shogun pay-per-view first. If anyone wants to kick it off.
Oh, hell, I'll start the damn thing off. Or you go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Equinox. You got the floor.
You got the floor.
I looked at the card. I read through the results. For saying I skimmed them because I had a long night at work. But I read through it and I liked the matches. I thought they were nice build-ups to potential feuds. I feel as though Randy Fields, who is a strong contender for the world title or the WWH championship, I'm having trouble with my words. Will be a good match for.
Take a swig of the beer and you'll be fine.
I don't have any beer though.
Damn it.
Chris will be a good match for Chris Matthews. Because Chris, granted, he's a tough opponent. I had trouble with him back when I was in TWE, and you know, I think it'll be a good match. I also learned that on the next card, I am tagging with Mr. Fields. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. When I booked that match, you notice that during that the tag match, it's a triple threat tag match. I think I said that right. It was John Blade and LaToya Hicks versus Randy Fields and Equinox against Chris Matthews and Biker Bitch. And I told Equinox if he noticed what I did there in the card with his match, but I don't think he noticed is that since last week it came to a draw between him and Biker Bitch, and Randy Fields and Chris Matthews are at a feud itself, and Matthews and Biker are in Aces and Eights, it was a kind of a good way. There's technically like 3 storylines in there built in one match.
It's kind of like I'm feuding with Becker Bitch.
Huh?
Kind of like I'm potentially feuding with Becker Bitch.
Yeah, because of the draw last week. So in a way,
That makes sense.
yeah. So in a way, like since Fields had a problem with Aces and Eights because of Matthews, and since he got jumped last week, Equinox is kind of is a good partner for him because in a way he has a problem with Aces and Eights too because Biker.
Yeah, it looks to me kind of like Equinox is trying to turn me babyface over here.
Probably.
Teaming up with him, God damn.
Perhaps.
Well, hell, I have that effect on people.
But also at the same time, I had John Blade and asking like, I want to get a crack at Aces and Eights too, and I'm like, well,
here's the thing with John Blade. John Blade wants to crack at anyone.
right.
Uh,
So I'm like, you know what?
If you got a title, John Blade wants a piece of you.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you know what? I'll throw him a bone. I'll see how he really does in this match, because not how else are you gonna test yourself how well you can do is if you go up against really good people. So I said, okay,
Yeah.
so we'll see how he does. Hopefully he'll reach the minimum. I hope.
Good one.
Or nobody shows up for this match and we let John Blade and Hicks get the win.
I know. Yeah. Oh my God, that would be something.
Wouldn't that be some shit just for the hell of it? Let John Blade get the win. You would never hear the end of it. John Blade will be the next WWH champion.
That he'll be if John Blade actually does do that and that actually happens, he'll probably be thrown into the triple threat for the world title. That'll be hilarious if he actually pins Matthews. It's like I did not see that. I did not see that.
It wouldn't take much to pin Matthews.
No,
he's not that great.
I'd beat him.
Wow, wow. Equinox is backing you up there, Baron. Look at that. Like,
yeah, we're fucking the modern day Rock and Sock connection over here.
Yeah. Now, Niobe, you have a debut match. It's a dark match, I believe. It's against. Let me double check this. I believe it's against Zach Shields. So, your first match in WWH. How are you looking forward to this? If she's alive.
Dun dun dun. Well, I can imagine she's happy to be booked because I could tell you throughout a period of time she was not booked in TWE.
Nope.
There we go. Bring a TWE again into the conversation.
Let's see if Jenny's alive. Niobe, are you there?
Last match I actually saw her have over there was a tag team match with Blackout. Last title opportunity she had was against me for my velocity title in the Ultimate X match, which I should have won, but I didn't for purposes.
Right. All right. But regardless, she has her debut, as does other. Okay, she had to get a drink. All right. Are you okay now, Jenny?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Okay, since you had a drink, I'll rephrase what I said. I said this is your debut match in WWH. You have a dark match against Zach Shields. How are you looking forward to your first match in this new company?
I'm looking forward to it as much as possible.
Because from what Baron and Equinox said, you weren't booked in TWE for like a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah, and his point is what?
Perhaps that you're excited.
My point is that
I wasn't booked, so what? So now I'm coming back. Is that a problem? Okay.
No.
Not really. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Who else is scheduled? I think there was more debuts. Let me see real quick.
Desiree
Oh,
Desire.
Desiree Desire, she's making her debut as well. Johnny V is also making his return. He is facing against Tim Stone, and Tim Stone actually are role played this week. Apparently, from what he told me
Now
is
is Johnny B is he gonna show up? That's the real question here.
from what I've been seeing, he's been on every day, so I think he'll actually show up.
Oh,
Uh,
that's good.
so he was on this morning, and he went the last time he was on, which was I think a day or two ago. He said that he was talking to his brother and possibly him coming back as well. So he said no promises, but he's gonna talk to him about it, see if he wants to.
We're talking about G Spot here, right?
Yeah, G Spot. Yeah, that's his actual name, folks. His name is it's G Spot. So now the main card for this upcoming showdown, the first match is The Rock versus Dylan Kay. So
Uh-oh.
that'll be an interesting match to see. Second match is Randy Roberts versus Ryan Payne. Third match is Xavier with his brother Kobe Ryan against Key Morbid with Jake Orton at her side. So that rivalry is still continuing on from Shogun. And this is an interesting match. This is something that Duchess kind of came up with. Like she came up with this number one contendership for the Bombshells title. Cybernetico match. Is that how it's said? Something like that.
Simon.
Yeah, it's basically Jakar style.
Oh, okay. So it's Genevieve versus Annalise Vance versus Alicia Hicks and against Sasha Banks. So it's a fatal four way in a way. So and then match 5, Red Dragon versus Scotty Payne versus Kurt Orton. And then match 6, Jake Orton with Key against Sting and with The Undertaker and Ric Flair on his side. Match 7, Soraya Waters versus Chris Orton. Match 8, the big one is, or one of the big ones, is the No Limits title, the 2 out of 3 falls match. Chris King versus Jacob Cass. Match number 9 is another big one, the triple threat that I was talking about, and it's elimination style too. So whoever gets pinned, their team is eliminated. That type of deal. John Blade and Alicia and Latoya Hicks against Randy Fields and Equinox against Aces and Eights. And then finally, the international title is a triple threat elimination match: Killer versus Demi May versus Everett Alani. Let's go down the card. Who do you guys got? Who do you guys got as far as predictions go? Match 1, The Rock versus Dylan Kay. Who do you guys got?
Well,
The Rock, definitely.
obviously gonna go with The Rock. He's the one of the greatest of all time in WWH.
All right. Samson.
And I'm not sure who the hell Dylan Kay is. Actually, I'm pretty sure I do. That's
Well, Dylan Kay had a good matchup last week, but you can't compare anyone to The Rock. So I have to go for The Rock on this one.
Jenny, who do you got? If she's alive.
Going with The Rock on this one, I suppose.
Okay. Match number 2, Randy Roberts versus Ryan Payne. What do you guys got with this one?
well, considering I faced Ryan Payne at well, dog is going crazy now, but because she don't like Ryan Payne either. He couldn't show up for the No One Contender match at Shogun, so I don't see him showing up here either.
Okay, so Randy Roberts, that's 1.
I'd have to say Randy.
All right.
With the same idea that Baron's got. So.
All right, Samson and Jenny, who do you got?
Randy.
If Ryan doesn't show up, I have to go with Randy. But if Ryan shows up, I'm gonna have to go with Ryan. So it's a toss up of if he shows up or not.
All right.
And this is probably his show or go match, right?
This will be his strike 2. So his next match will be a dark match. So that's the one thing that people don't want to get
Just like
sent back.
California, 3 strikes, and you're done for.
Yep.
Until you sign up 5 hours later.
Match 3, we have Xavier with Kobe Ryan against Key Morbid with Jay Gordon. What do you guys got with this one? This is a singles match, by the way. It's just their partners will be at ringside. So it's either it's either Xavier or Key Morbid.
I think Key Morbid's really good. I think she will actually probably win. If it was a tag match, which I thought it was, I was going to go with the other team because I can't read Jay Gordon's role plays. Sorry, Jay Gordon. You're going to have to start doing some English.
Yeah. Key Morbid, I would have to go on this one, just because I've read her RPAs. I like them. They're actually entertaining a little bit more. And the fact that, her partner, I can't read his RPs either. I'm sorry.
And they are tag team champions, so you never, I'm thinking to make a statement there, they'll probably win.
Right.
Damn.
Simpson, who do you got?
I probably have to go with Key Morbid on this. I mean, it's singles, and I know her role plays a lot more, so I have to go with Key on this one.
All right. Jenny, who do you got?
Key Morbid on this one.
All right. Match 4, we have the number 1 contendership: Genevieve, Annalise, Alicia, or Sasha Banks. What do you guys got?
Well, I don't know how this match works, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever watched, even on YouTube, a match like, yeah.
It's a 4 corners match. Basically, it's kind of like tagging in, tagging out, kind of fatal 4-way style. But anytime somebody hits the ropes on your side, you can go in place of that other person.
That'd be fucking. I'm glad I'm not writing that shit. That'd give me a fucking heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But out of the 4, who do you guys think would win it?
Banks.
If Banks shows up, I'll go with Banks, but I'm not sure if this is the same Banks that I know from TWE.
I don't think so. This is Sasha Banks, so I don't think it's the same one that you're thinking of. As far as I know,
I think it is.
I don't know. But okay, so if Banks doesn't show up, who do you have as a backup then?
Then Waters, definitely.
Huh?
What, didn't you say Waters was in the match?
No, I said Genevieve, Annalise, Alicia Hicks, or Sasha Banks.
Well, Waters I think, plays one of those people as well. I think.
Yeah.
No, Annalisa, however the fuck you say her name.
Yeah.
I think could probably pull it out.
Yeah, I think so. Samson, who do you got?
Let's see, Genevieve, Alicia, Hicks, or Banks. Well, I would like to see. I think Sasha's gonna win this one, but Annalise I have more hope for, so I wanted to go for Annalise.
All right. Jenny, who do you got?
I guess I'll go with Sasha Banks.
All right. And Equinox, who do you got?
I'd have to say Annalise.
Alrighty. Match number 5, Red Dragon versus Scotty Payne versus Kurt Orton. Now, as far as I know, Scotty Payne was in the hospital, so who knows if he'll be able to RP. Like, out of character, he was in the hospital. So
I talked to him last night. He's home, at home now, so.
yeah, but who knows if he's with a laptop or something right now.
Functional.
If he's functional. So, who do you guys got for this match?
Well,
I'm gonna go with
Red Dragon.
Red Dragon?
Oh, go ahead. Red Dragon.
I'm gonna go with if he does show up. I'm gonna go with Scotty on this one. Scotty, I think, does pretty good RPs.
All right. You got
If
one for
not, then
Sting.
it's probably Red Dragon.
All right, either Scotty or Red Dragon from Equinox. Samson.
Well, I mean, like, if Scotty is functional and able to roleplay, I have to go with Scotty Payne because, I mean, yeah, I have to go with Scotty Payne on this one.
All right. Jenny, who do you got?
I'm going with Scotty for this one.
Okay. Aaron, who do you got?
I'm going with Kurt Orton on this one.
Oh, Kurt. Wow,
I'll be the oddball and
that's a
throw
wild.
out Kurt Orton. I think he needs to put some. Definitely needs to put in some color in his role plays. I know he does it through the phone, so it's probably pretty hard to do. But I'm going with Kurt Orton on this one.
Alrighty. Match number 6, we got Jake Orton versus Sting. Now, Sting is pretty active, so it'll be an interesting match to see out of the two. So, who do you guys got on this one?
Sting.
Yeah, I'm going with Sting on this one. Jake Gordon is good if I can possibly read it.
Right.
If I could read his role plays, then I'm gonna go with him. But unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, I can't read the goddamn role plays.
All right, so that's 2 for Sting. Jenny, who do you got?
Sting.
All right, that's 3. Samson, who do you got?
I mean, like, if Jake is able to actually start writing in English a lot more, I'll go with Jake. But, you know, Sting has been very impressing me lately, so I'm going to have to go with Sting on this one.
I thought you were going to go to Family Dollar. Don't shush me.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. You tried
Get your ass up to Family Dollar,
You
damn
don't
it.
shush me.
Shut up, Aaron.
I'm that guy that eggs that shit on.
Match 7.
Get your ass up there.
Match,
Shut up, Aaron.
match 7, we have Soraya Waters versus Chris Orton. What do you guys got on this one?
I've never read Chris Orton's RPs. Basically, I'm surprised that Kurt and Chris don't team up.
Are they the same people though? I don't know if they're the same people or not.
Oh, trust me, if they were the same people, they would be color coding in Kurt's RPs too.
Okay.
Chris Orton, he has
I know one is pretty close to a
Rip off.
rip off of Randy Orton, so I can't remember which one it is. Shit.
Yeah, I know. Can I trade your mothers at all? I'll take your mother and you take mine.
Oh, jeez. All right, Sam. So who you got on this?
Oh, well, if my mother said to go to Family Dollar, your ass is going to the fucking Family right now.
I had to go.
So I don't know.
I had to go with Waters on this one.
All right.
I'd like to say Waters.
All right. Baron, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm going with Waters on this one.
Jenny.
I'll go with Waters.
All right. Match 8, we got No Limits title, 2 out of 3. Chris Kane or Jacob Cass. Who do you guys got?
I'm going with Chris Kane. I like this guy. He not just because he's a fellow podcaster, but I like how he. This is a title match, right? Yeah, this is a title match.
Yeah, this is a title match.
But yeah, definitely Chris Kane. He ain't gonna. He's not gonna put up his title and lose it the next night. You know what I mean?
Right.
Somebody's in my house, guys. Gotta check on this real quick. I live in a studio apartment, so it really depends on who's can get in my house. I locked the door, but it wouldn't surprise me. My mom has a key, my brother has a key.
Okay.
You're just letting all kinds of people in your house, aren't you?
Yeah, sounds like it.
For this match, I have to probably. Who knows if Jacob Cash is going to be 100% at this show? I mean, even 2 weeks later, I mean, who knows if he'll be 100%? When you got Beer Bombs struck over his head twice, on Shogun, so I'd go with Kano on this one.
Alrighty, Jimmy, who do you got?
So let's see. James Cass, Chris Kane.
Yeah, Jay Cast.
Well, I've seen clips of RPs.
Yes.
You say Cass,
I like
Jenny?
Chris.
What?
Who'd you
No,
say
I
you
said
got?
Chris Kane.
Okay, Chris Kane.
I said Chris Kane.
Okay, and Equinox, who do you got?
I like both their RPs, so it's gonna be a toughie on that one. But Chris, he fought really hard to get that title, and I think he's gonna be that determined if he granted his phone works and he's able to do it. I think he will pull through, but
Yeah, I think Chris
So
Kane's
Chris-
already posted a role play, so
Yep.
I have not read it. I don't usually read until
Alrighty,
kind of the day of.
right. Alright, match 9, the big one, or at least one of the big ones, a triple threat elimination. John Blade and Latoya Hicks versus Randy Fields and Equinox versus Aces and Eights. Chris Matthews and Biker Bitch. Who do you guys got? Excuse me.
Well, it's gonna be a little biased, but I'm going with myself and Equinox. Hopefully beating John Blade.
Yeah, like I don't think
Unless one of us don't show, then
I'm going to show.
I mean, I think that's gonna be the biggest hurdle is getting over John Blade. Like, no joke. He's gonna probably show his true colors in this one.
he's gonna have an interview with maybe Jim Ross this time instead of Renee Young. I mean, what the hell's
Or
gonna happen?
Josh Matthews.
Who knows, to be honest? I mean, he's gonna go all out, right? I mean, this is a big match. So
Well, let's
if he
hope
can
the
actually
man
show
goes
his
all
true
out.
colors, I'm not gonna be biased on this, but if he can actually show his true colors for both his characters, may have to go with them. But if not, then I have to be biased and go with myself.
Even with your partner?
I'm sure she's not bad. She just needs I'm still being biased. I have to do myself.
Well, of course
Alright.
you are.
all right.
You're being
so,
biased.
Equinox, are you the same way? Like you're biased with Fields here?
Well, here's how I see it from a actual standpoint. John Blade and Laurel Hicks, yes, I know they're the same person, and he annoys the piss out of me because he never learns. But if he can actually learn and actually pay attention when somebody actually can help him, he could be a challenge. But then there you have my team of Randy Fields and Equinox, which this is my first match ever teaming working with Baron. Sorry, I put a lot of thought into this.
So
Then you got Samson and Biker Bitch. Now Biker Bitch.
I mean, let's be honest here. Do you really think Chris Matthews is gonna beat me? Come on, it ain't gonna happen.
I'm sorry, but I beat him, so I kind of have some high confidence on being Baron.
Sure.
Just give me some love. That's what we're giving.
I think
Chris
you give
Matthews.
yourself
Just-
enough love as it is.
All right, and finally, the main event, the international title is on the line with the triple threat elimination. We got Killer, Demi May, and Everett Aloni. What do you guys got in this one?
I'd probably have to say Debbie May.
I'm gonna go with Demi May on this one. I don't think. First off, Killer's not gonna win. At least he shouldn't be, but you never know. So yeah, I want to see a new champion. I want to see someone other than who plays that person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Demi May on this one.
All right, Matthews, who do you got?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I can't choose this one. It's too tough of a call on this one.
too tough of a call.
Yeah.
You just can't say yourself because you know we give you some shit.
Yeah, you give me shit enough as it is. As already. Yeah.
He can't even finish.
But in a professional standpoint of me not being biased, I mean Demi's good. Demi is good. I could see her as a champion. But if I can actually get a challenge, I think it would be Everett who could possibly be the one to stand up to it. Because he's beaten Killer before in another fest, so I have to go with Everett on this one.
But still, wouldn't you think that would be an advantage for her since she already kind of knows how you are?
That's true, but she knows Matthews, not Killer enough.
Still, she faced him, and I don't know who won in that one, but still, they still faced all right. So,
I don't remember ever facing Demi with Killer.
okay, all right. And Jenny, who do you got?
I guess Demi.
All right, and we'll see what happens. Now for the pay-per-view, for the next one for War Games, we already have I think 3 matches. This past week on Showdown, Jay Gordon pretty much called everyone out, saying he wants to do a War Games match. It's going to be mainly based around the tag team titles, so we already have something set up to where it's going to be Jay Gordon and he versus the Devil's Rejects. That's why I put that match for this week. And then also the Horsemen involved too. So Sting and Undertaker might have a chance in this as well. So that'll be an interesting match to see at the pay-per-view. We got Randy Fields against Chris Matthews for the world title. I don't think there's going to be any stipulations added to that unless there's something being in the works.
Oh, you'll just have to read the upcoming results. There'll be a stipulation added to that.
Okay. Possibly the Bombshells title will be on the line, obviously. So will the International and No Limits. As far as feuds go, there might be a couple of feuds being thrown in there as far as matches go. As far as everything else is going pretty well for the company, for the site. We just got, we're getting more people signing up, so everything's all on the up so far. Now, I think you guys requested this, like kind of doing a shoot interview, right? Or was that just a joke?
No, go for it. Why not? If they're willing to answer, why not?
Well, that's the question. Are you guys willing to answer?
I am.
Okay, we got Equinox. Samson, are you willing to answer?
I'm up for answering it.
Okay, Aaron, what about you?
I'm always down to answer whatever.
All right, Jenny, are you?
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Okay, since
She's down for the cause.
All right. Last week in our first episode, we mentioned WEW, World Elite Wrestling. If anybody really cares, not bashing it or anything, but basically they took whatever WWH was as far as rules and layout and all that. They pretty much put it into their own. This week, since we keep bringing it up, we're talking a little bit about TWE. As you can see, all 4 of my podcasters here, they were from TWE, or at least I think maybe one of them or 2 of them are part of it, but we don't know exactly what's going on over there. So I want to ask you guys what your thoughts on when you guys were part of it, or when you guys were running it. Because from what I know, from what Barrett told me, that the place was technically shut down, correct? Until it got reopened in 2014. Is that right, Aaron? because you said that you were technically in a retirement until you got back into the game, and that was like the first place you went to, right?
I'll take his silence as yes.
There.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm here. I obviously have my mic muted, but I'm talking to myself like a douchebag. But yeah, I wanted to get back in back into e-fetting, and I was, I didn't know of any places, too many places, so I got in contact with the current owner, Chase Andrews, whatever you want to call him, Jay, and I ended up bringing TWE back. So I was there as a role player when I first started back, and then unfortunately things went down and I had to be CEO.
Now what? Now okay. Since if things went down, like what made you decide to step up? I guess like did he come to you?
Well, because if I didn't step up, that's when the Fed was going to die, because the person that we had at the time that was general manager per se, he just disappeared.
And is that well, he probably isn't around now, but
Yeah, I can't tell you who in the hell it was, to be honest with you. I think it was maybe Jason Dave, someone. I can't remember who the hell it was.
all right.
But anyways, we got the news that he wasn't coming back, and we had nobody to write the results for the huge pay-per-view that we were having. And within 3 hours, my non-social life, I said, screw it, I'll write the damn pay-per-view, and ended up writing the entire pay-per-view in 3 hours, and it was a hell of a show. I can't remember what pay-per-view it was.
Right. And then
Slam Mania.
what was it? Was it that one? Equinox?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Slam Mania or Extreme Rules, one or two. I can't remember
It
what it
was
was.
Slam Mania because I was like right after I debuted. So.
Okay.
Okay. Now, since you stepped up and I guess you'd say took over the GM spot, that's pretty much what your role was at the time, right?
CEO. I stepped in as a CEO, so I had let's say I had control of certain things. I was supposed to have control of the entire website, but unfortunately the owner at the time couldn't give me the admin tools, so I couldn't ban anyone. I couldn't even change the groups for about a month and a half. So I was basically just a result bitch.
Oh, okay. And Samson, he was there at the time, correct? So, uh, he did he come to you asking you for help, or did you kind of just go to him because like how did that rearrange? Because next,
I don't know. How did it? We're talking one day and I guess he just offered to write a match, and I just went on from there.
I can't remember. It's been a.
And then he wanted to become the commission, so I made that happen and whatnot.
now as that was happening, you two pretty much were because when you guys contacted me, it was around September. It was like around the first week of September, and you both were saying that you guys were having trouble with talent at the time. I guess they were showing frustrations or something like that. And what happened between before you guys contacted me? Why was everything going downhill again, or what was going on? Like what was happening basically? Because you guys, it was Samson that contacted me. It was like a random moment out of the dark, that type of deal. So what was going on in order for you guys to decide like get him on the phone or something, that type of deal? Because
Well, I'll let Samson go into that one. That was, Samson.
Well, me and John was talking like we were talking about getting some help, and I told him like the only person I could probably talk to was Adrian. I mean, if there's anyone that knows how to keep people under control, it was him. So that's when I contacted you through Facebook, and that's when then we went from there, from Facebook to Skype, and talking about World Wrestling Headquarters again.
Right, but what was going on with the talent though?
Well, it was fine. It was totally fine there. And we had good amount of members, and then people started leaving. People got upset because they weren't winning a match, and well, me being restricted only for certain things, we had drama go down. So unfortunately, I don't deal with drama at all. I don't deal with that at all. So that's when we started having drama, and I wasn't able to get full admin abilities at the website. That's when things kind of started hurting, because there was, I think you remember him, and I told you about him when he signed up at WWH. Originally, he was Scott Steiner / Subway.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
And he went on a ballistic. I can't even explain it. But anyways, I wasn't able to ban him, so he kept going for the entire night.
Yeah, Equinox, you had your hand up. Go ahead, you have the floor.
He had sand.
Well, I was just about to mention him. We had talent, but we lacked writers. We lacked a person who would make the cards, and I offered to do that, but it didn't happen every week because somebody had already made it, or somebody would complain that I was biased about it.
Yeah. What the hell was that call for?
I don't know.
Yes.
Well, you got to see when. Okay, you got to see when I came in as CEO. They were 2 weeks behind, or a week and a half behind everything. So the results for the show should be up. For the pay-per-view should be up Sunday, right? Would be up Sunday night, but at that time it was Tuesday. So then, if I put the card up for the Monday Night Enigma, then I would have to change the deadline for that card. So everything was a week behind for a long period of time. So that didn't help out the cause at all. So I was able to do almost everything on Wednesday, write the results, do the card, and all that had to be up on Wednesday.
I wasn't meaning you. I was just meaning that there were certain other.
Well, Samson had that cough.
Yeah, something stuck in my throat.
Since I never had any problems. You're the one saying, "Oh, I got fucked over in WEW 4 or 5 times in a row," and I read really good RPs apparently. So you wanted to give me that opportunity. I'm appreciative of that.
Yeah.
He's not WWH as well.
Right.
Well, that's what we do. We, I see people that have potential and give them the chance to run with it. Or like Matthews. Matthews probably wouldn't have ever got a title shot if he didn't come to TWE. How many world heavyweight titles have you held, Matthews?
How many what?
How many like major titles have you held prior to TWE?
Well, there was the TNA National Heavyweight Championship.
E-Feds we know about.
Oh, well then. TWE Heavyweight Championship twice.
That's it. So basically, before TWE, you.
Well, I mean, like, okay, I won a bunch of championships, but it was never usually anything major, like tag team or.
Right. So we're talking major titles here. We're not.
Oh,
we're not
well
talking
then,
the little
TWE Heavyweight Championship twice.
Okay, so that was basically the only major title that he's held. Prior.
Right. So that's the point I was making prior to that.
Yeah, but apparently the second one doesn't count.
Well, you did try to run away with it.
I did run away with it.
All right. Now, Equinox, like let's talk about your experience. I mean, even though you're still there, but still, what was like? Do you agree with what Baron has said? Like, just basically, inmates.
Without going into details, since I have talked with you guys already about it, yeah, I do agree with Baron and Buck Simpson's point of view. again, I did help with cards when I could, or when they messaged me about it. I glad that's something I love to do. I love to make cards, not to be biased, but I enjoyed getting to make future matches. So people like first time ever, I battled someone I know knew I could beat, but I still want to face them, see what they were going to do. Like Angela Boss, I've never faced her before, so I was like, before my world title defense, I wanted to face her, so I did. You know, not because I could beat her, it's because hey, it'd be a fun match. Um, but yeah,
So what
I
would let me ask you this question, if you don't mind. From when you first came in to TWE, what happened between the time you came in until, let's say, now?
I feel as though a main factor was when I first came in, we had Shiz there, and Shiz was a real good guy. Um, we had you and Samson, and you guys were all active. So I feel as though once Shiz disappeared, the place started to go to shit because you guys had to handle all the business, and nobody else would step up. No offense to anybody, but you know, other than me,
Mhm.
I would put in you guys
Yeah, and Shiz was he was pretty helpful. He was one of those active. It kind of reminds me of Chris Kane a little bit. You know, really active, helps out, dedicated to the one place, and wants to, you know, help the place out a lot, which he did.
And at
Yeah.
the time, the owner wasn't around, correct?
He was around, but he wasn't around. If you know
Semi.
what I'm saying.
That's what I mean. Like
Uh,
he really wasn't around. I guess you could say.
well, yeah, and he doesn't write matches either. He can't write matches.
Okay.
Um,
Jenny, what is your view on all this? Because I know you're still part of it, but I guess what is your experience there?
Um, I'm just getting back into the swing of things. I just got booked again, so because I didn't send in a segment the last show, and I didn't even know I was booked. I hadn't been booked, so I didn't check.
Right.
And
So
right.
it wasn't until the boss man told me, yeah, you're booked this week, but if you don't show this week, that's it. I'm like, oh,
now, okay.
okay.
Now here's what I don't get. Like it's from the sounds of it, it's very lackluster of communication there. Cause
Yeah,
because you haven't been booked in like what, a month or something, right?
something like that.
And then you get booked to do a segment, and then you didn't get told about it, and then now you're in a match, just kind of random, and then he says
Mhm.
like, "Oh, if you don't show up, you're fired."
Basically, yeah, you're. This is it. You're done. You're let go.
Even though it's like pretty random that he does that, even though without really checking up on you to kind of see like, is everything all right, type deal.
Yeah, no, I mean it would have been nice, to get before the Halloween, asking, is everything fine? I actually did look at the card, and I did have a segment to write, but I was never told about it. You know.
Like you had no idea what you wanted to write about or what the thing
No,
was.
I was never told that I had a segment to write for the show. So
So basically, yeah, again, so yeah, lackluster of communication. Go ahead, Equinox.
Like Ginny, for example, you got my messages the other day where I asked if it'd be okay to book you,
yeah,
and you told me yes. I like when I get the chance to book somebody, I will ask them if they're okay with me booking them first or booking them in a match. Like for example, even though I don't like Carol, I want to be fair and give people opportunities. And since he's a champion, I want him to face anybody. You know? And so, like I asked you about a title opportunity, you're very good. You gave me a run for the money before, and I want to see you at that level again. So,
Now, since
but
but now that that's I guess Sinstar is I guess that's a very touchy subject in itself of Sinstar State or John Steele, whoever you want to go by. Like since
Or we
he's
can call her by
psychotic,
WWH terms, psychotica.
yeah, psychotica. Since he's the CEO, what do you guys think of that? Do you guys think that the place is doomed?
yeah,
Or is he actually CEO?
Yeah, he's actually CEO, as far as I know.
Doom.
Jenny, what do you think?
Think about what?
What's up?
I said, think about what?
About the new CEO apparently, which is Sinstar Saint.
Didn't know there was a new CEO being called.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Aaron and Samson, they left TWE, so there was no
I
C.
know that.
Yeah, so there was no CEO, boss, whatever you want to call him. So
Yeah.
from what Carol told me, he was gonna step in and basically help run the place, or Sinstar State, whatever you want to call him.
Mm.
And from what these three have said, they don't like him, and already he's made himself the world champion. Is that what I read? Is that correct?
it's not. He's trying to. He's not already world champion. He's trying to become world champion while he's also philosophy champion.
Okay, so he's trying to make himself a double champion then.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, I got stripped of my belt because I wasn't active last time, so I deserve to be world champion again. And however, I feel that that's not fair for anybody else.
Well, first off, as you would have seen that, go back in ancient times real quick to throw it out there. Actually, when I had to take over and started writing results, I was in the title match with Fizz, Steppenrab, and I role played for it, and there was no goddamn way she would have beat me. But unfortunately for me having to step in, I figured, well, there's no way that I could be CEO and be the world champion. That wouldn't be fair. So I stepped down as a role player for that website, and I believe that Sinstar should probably do the same if she's going to become CEO, because it's not that easy being a staff member.
It's
Yeah,
actually
believe me, I know.
It's very tough indeed. Now, even though Jenny and Equinox are still part of TWE, even though from the sounds of it, it's on life support or about to be, pulled the plug. What Samson and Baron, since you guys left, what was the final straw that I guess what was the final nail in the coffin that you guys said, that's it, I'm out?
Well, personally for me, it was going to happen sooner or later, because I didn't want to be CEO. I stepped in as CEO to help the place until he figured someone out, and being a admin CEO and not having admin abilities to like put up new graphics, make new graphics and put it up on the website. The pay-per-view graphics I couldn't even put up on the website because I don't have the damn admin tool to do it. So stuff like that just irritated me, because I'm basically the only reason that, other than the people role playing and helping out being like that, the only reason the results are going up is because of me and
Right.
Samson at that time. So that was my straw. I had enough. It was time to move on. There's nothing for me to do in TWE anymore.
All right.
So that's why I left.
Right.
I think we all know why Samson left.
Yes. First it was Sun, and then it was Chase. Because I tried to help the place out by merging the two feds together, but no.
All right. Equinox, are you still
Yep, I'm still here.
Are you are you still are you even tempted to kind of be like I'm out, or what's your view on everything?
I'm to the point where I feel I feel bad because Jay, he's got the company open, and when I was getting treated like utter shit in every other company that I was part of, um, Fizz brought me in TWE, and like my debut match was again against a former world champion. I'm like, I'm expecting to get like a dark match against somebody who's not even a challenge or something per se. No offense to anybody, but I get booked against a person who actually I was interested in facing. Yeah, of course
Right.
he didn't show up, so you know.
And who was that? I can't remember who you mean.
That was Ariana Sears.
Oh yeah.
I think I
Had
interfered in that match
yeah,
because
had
I'm a boss like
Jonathan
that.
over here not
Oh boy.
interfered, I would have won. So
Thank you, no applause.
Okay.
it was a draw or whatever. No contest.
Okay. Now, even though you feel bad, like, are you even, and as much as you want to try to help out the plays, are you already like,
I'd be willing if Jay was willing to actually listen to my advice because again, I have ran 4 companies before by myself,
right,
and since I started in 2001 when there wasn't e-betting, it was move to move kind of thing, and
right?
then eventually leading up to this, but he was willing to listen to my advice and willing to let me help and take out the cancer, then we would it would thrive better, in my opinion.
uh, yeah, and well, it's basically deja vu for me because this happened in 2011. Uh, Role played helped out semi on staff, not fully, and then one of the CEO or whoever it was left, and John Steele took over again, and that's when TWE closed its
Close.
doors in
Uh,
2011.
so this is basically
I'm sure the person doesn't mean to be like that.
this
Ego
is
gets in the way a little bit. I don't think anybody has a bigger ego than me, however, but I think everybody have seen me stepped away from wanting 600 titles and hold the title for ever and ever and help out the site being a staff member. Unfortunately, John Steele can't do that.
He's got to
so
do 3.
okay. So basically, John Steele's ran TWE before, and it closed down because of it, and now that he's rerunning it again because no one else stepped up, it's basically going to be deja vu all over again.
I give it I look at a surcharge of people getting some more members because they're going to try to root their ass off, which I salute. I told you last podcast I don't want to see places that I have been a part of just shut down, for no apparent reason.
Right.
Because it's TWE's been around just as long as WWH personally, and it's it's one of those
Semi-good
nostalgia
company.
facts. Yeah, it's not a WWH level, but it's a well-known website. But unfortunately, it sucks that a place would have to shut down just because they can't get staffing and members under control.
Right. And then at the time when you and Samson contacted me, and then when WWH was relaunched, aside from you, Baron, was you worried a bit there, Samson, too, or were you kind of like, oh, thank God, or kind of thing?
I wasn't as worried as Baron was. I mean, because I know at World Wrestling headquarters, at least if you wanted me to staff, at least I'll at least I would have more than just one person helping. I mean, we have like 3 or 4 writers for each for the results, and that helps out a whole lot than what it used to be, than what I'm used to.
Right. And like Baron said, like even though he doesn't like to see feds close down, I asked him a while back, like, do you think that this needs to be a wake up call to other feds that seeing WWH back and then seeing feds like TWE and all that stuff kind of getting like a wake up call, going like perhaps maybe trying to step their game up, but since TWE's not really public anymore because they pretty much they still have boards, for guests to see, but they're not like the major stuff is not really viewable. Like you can't really see the forum statistics anymore, or you can't even see them at all. You can't see the shots. You can't really tell if the place is even active. Like you have to log in to actually see all the stuff, which is kind of stupid to be honest. I
I
don't know.
never logged out of my account on there, so
Huh?
I never logged out of my account on there. So every time I go to the site, I'm the only one logged in, and I'm still on LOA in their perspective. So.
Right. Like if you logged out and see it from a guest perspective, not a lot is shown. Like it only shows like it doesn't show the shows, it doesn't show anything like that. So I mean, how can you really show people if you're active, not showing the boards that are active, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does.
Because another thing that Samson brought up a while back is that I think Baron would probably agree, depending, is if that it seems that the owner doesn't want to get rid of the history, like the old boards. Would you agree with that, Baron, or?
Being a problem? I don't think. Yeah, I mean it does look sloppy. A lot of nonsense that doesn't need to be there, but that's just. I guess that's his kind of way of doing things.
All right.
Liking the history over the future of the company is never good for e-fetting. Like like Equinox said, he's been around since 2001, right?
Yeah.
I have been in eFed since 1998, maybe even 97. I won't quote the 97. So I've seen some shit go down in it, and yeah, that's never good.
Now, Jenny, since I asked Equinox that same question, are you at that point where you're kind of like, I don't know if I should, or you're like, okay, I'm out?
Kind of in the middle, I guess.
Because of that lackluster miscommunication stuff that's happening, and then basically the owner telling you like this is your make or break match, and who knows if the other opponent's going to show up. Are you even at that point where you're like, do I really want to RP for this or not? And even if I do RP, depends on if the other person shows up, they'll probably make that person win. Because if they say if it's a make or break for you, and because it seems like they already have an idea that you're not going to no show, because since you didn't write segment last week, but again they didn't really tell you what it was about and all that stuff. So in a way they're kind of like, they said like, yeah, make or break, but it seems like they already had an idea, as if saying like, well, she not show up anyway.
Well, I was planning on showing up this week, but there was no time given on the boards as to when we had to have our role plays. And
that was and not to cut you off, but that was another issue that pissed me off. I didn't have the admin abilities to change things on the boards other than, just basic mod abilities like I have here. I wasn't able to put up the damn deadline clock. So, so if Jay wasn't around, it never got up.
So I tell you
So
that's
people wouldn't have a clue when the deadline was.
Equinox is
Because most people don't look at the card for the deadline; they look at the timer because it
Right.
is much easier. I do so myself.
right. That's why when I relaunch, I asked which is easier, the deadline in the card, like in the actual thread, or the deadline in the table, in the welcome table, and everyone said put it up on the welcome table. It's easier. So, but Equinox, it looked like you had something to say, or are you good?
How do you know this man's raising his hand?
He has a video chat.
Oh well,
I
how
have
am
my
I even in the
screen
video
up
chat?
where people can see my face.
Oh well, how? I
Uh,
don't even see it.
because that's how my audio works for some odd reason with my laptop. But basically, I can agree to that. There was a tag team match that
Go
Get your
ahead.
ass
I
to
was facing
Family Dollar, damn it!
Samson, and I was facing Carol with
Mhm.
my friend, my little brother Michael, against him in a tag team match. Carol got to pin me only because the timer was not set up, so I didn't know when the deadline was due that night.
Hmm.
And I had my RP all done, but I had to work 2 shifts that night because somebody decided to not show up to work. And then I have not seen Carol shut up about that one little victory over me. So, just saying, if you guys ever do let him come in, book him against me so I can utterly destroy him, please.
I have made this very 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 apparent to Adrian and or Watchtower, whoever the hell you want to call him, if John Carroll, why we're calling it a she because it's not a she, ever came to WWH again, I would be out the door.
And plus, I doubt they would return.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would attempt.
Yeah.
He's a cancer, and I said this years ago, and he was the fault for WWH closing its doors years ago. I don't care what anybody says. He was a very large part of it. Yeah, he's just a cancer and EFEDs,
But
which is never good.
you're Equinox. Are you typing?
Yeah, I'm just typing something to Mr. Stupid J. Because he keeps blowing up my side of my thing. So,
Oh, he's messaging you right now. Dang. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Jenny, any comments you want to add as far as anything that's been said, or if Jenny's on the
Probably
line?
just doing homework and probably doing research on people, zooming in the internet. It's a possibility.
True. Um, now,
Or it could be just exploring, not really her thing. So,
who knows? But as much as I know that Equinox would like to see the place, and even Baron does too. You know, do you think that it'll last till the end of the year, or do you already see it like them making like a post saying like we tried and it just didn't work out?
I say give it a couple weeks and they'll probably be closing because Carol can't, get his ego out of check. So,
All right.
Yeah, I don't give it to the end of the year. I think it will last longer than a couple weeks.
All right.
And I give it a month, and they're still trying to put out the results for the one card. So
Didn't I think their last pay per view it didn't come out until like Wednesday, I think, or something like that.
Which pay per view?
The Worlds Collide one, I guess. And
Which results
Worlds
I have ever
Collide.
read.
It was Worlds Collide number 2.
yeah, and those results didn't get posted until like Tuesday or Wednesday, even though they were supposed
Because
to
they
be
have
out.
new writers, but the writer's pretty okay.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they're doing their best, but it seems like also that nobody really wants to help out. It's it's like they're, as much as some of the talent wants to stay, it sounds like some of them are like kind of, they gave up already. They're just like, we'll see what happens type deal.
It's because they lack the potential to actually talk to. They had that TWE Skype up, but they don't have communication with everybody or people. They don't make the cards. They have usually me make the cards, and if they don't like them, they change the matches, which kind of gets under my skin because I'm like, these are some pretty good matches I'm writing up here, and I'm not, being biased or making horrible matches. I'm actually thinking about, oh, what kind of influence would this have? What kind of momentum would it give to the site? Um, and then Jay's unwilling to work with anybody else. He's like, oh, I want to work do a Fed versus Fed kind of thing, but I'm unwilling to let my employees, so to speak, go over to that other place.
yeah, which I mean, it's understandable. He brought that idea up a long time ago about TWE going against another place that was dying, and then we would end up bringing over their characters. And I think Samson tried to do the same thing with TWE with WWH, but that ain't gonna happen. And it shouldn't happen. That cross promotion with EFEDs don't work at all. It would simply kill the EFED. Because they're gonna want to go to the better place, honestly.
Right.
And then whoever is putting on the entire thing, it's going to be very biased on who wins. So it's not very. That stuff never works out.
Right.
Trust me, I've been through a couple of those, and it was kind of weird.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you four want to add or say? If not, then we can end the podcast here.
Yeah, I'm good.
I ain't got nothing to say. Other than Chris Matthews is about to get his ass whooped.
Matthews, prepare your anus. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think he's already went to Family Dollar to go buy some Vaseline.
Hell no. Shut up. At War Games,
Prepare your butt.
it's on.
Even Naomi said, "Prepare your butt, Matthews." Dang, that's.
Anyways,
Because my
point
super
made
kick
at
is
War
going to
Games,
get right.
I'm taking Fields out for good. Believe that.
Oh damn. Well, you still remember you got Showdown to worry about, so we'll be seeing a little preview of that.
If I don't get my chance to No Limbs title, Matthews, you can damn sure bet your ass I'm coming either for your international belt or your world title. Or just
I don't
both.
want anyone near my ass, thank you.
Other than me.
Shut the hell up.
That sounded so wrong, but that sounded
I'm scared.
wrong.
Get the loot.
Can I call? Can I sue Fields for sexual harassment?
It's not sexual harassment if you like it.
I don't like it.
I don't think I think you're lying.
Look,
You're gonna send me a message later on Skype and tell me how much you like it.
Shut the hell up.
Hey, it's not wrong if you push back. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I do have to say that all four of you in WWH is helping out the Fed big time. We're doing very well with keeping everything in check. The one thing that I think a lot of feds have nowadays, or at least you notice it now, at least on Twitter from what I've been reading, is that drama is starting to start up again. in Feds.
It died.
No, well, not died,
Drama
but
died in E-Feds.
no, drama is coming back up. You know, like
Oh.
it's not normal, but it seems like it's happening more than usual, at least from what I've been reading. And that's the one thing that WWH doesn't have so far is drama. We don't have that. We haven't
Yeah, you're
had
gonna get it here and there though.
like, but not like,
Bound to.
but not like major ones though. Like they're probably like little
Mm-hmm.
small ones, but enough to where we can explain what's going. Explain to them what happened, and then it'll just roll over the next day. And so far that's the one thing that excuse me that I've been trying to keep at it this time is that the last time with WWH it was just very clicky, like Baron said, and it had a lot of drama. And now we don't have drama, and we don't have a click. Everything's ran better and professionally, and now we just gotta get the word out and try to bring more people in, so that way we can have another show. So that way, because Kane, he's the other co-GM, and Kane wants to help run the new show. So do whatever you guys can to bring more people in and active people at that, so that way we can keep the activity up as well. Which so far we're doing pretty good for a Fed that relaunched. And we hope that that's the big
Breakup
goal.
sex is awesome.
What's up?
Breakup sex is awesome.
Breakup sex.
Wow.
Okay.
Random.
Hashtag
I went to Anchorage the other day.
facepalm.
By the way, I went to Anchorage the other day and checked on my little brother. He's got a broken leg, a couple cracked ribs, but he's okay. I ran into my ex-girlfriend and she felt bad because she cheated on me, so we had breakup sex, so to speak.
This is coming from a guy that probably never had any. So.
Oh.
What the hell?
Oh.
Him making that noise? Come on.
But yeah.
You can't be. I'm the only one that could be me and the Samson. Damn it.
All right, fine. I'll let you that one. But
basically, what happened the last couple days. When I got home after work, I found out that my brother he got in a car accident along the spur highway, and my grandmother passed away along on the car wreck. She was in the driver's seat. She got thrown out of the car.
Damn.
And,
damn.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man.
So.
But you're doing all right, though, right?
Yeah. My arm is really freaking killing me, but that's because I've been doing a lot of typing since. And I think I've got.
No, I mean like.
my arm.
Well, I mean like spiritually and all that, like because of your grandmother and all. Like you're doing all right, right? Like.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking to you guys, and even though I feel bad because I caused drama for the TWE chat for Jenny, which I feel so bad about, but I don't take care of shit. I call them out on it. So I am sorry, Jenny. You had to see all that.
Oh, what's going on TWE chat now?
Basically, he keeps running his mouth on there and talking about how he deserves this and this, and saying how he wants to give up the Velocity title just so he can have a world title shot. And again,
oh Lord,
Jay has a certain way that he wants to do it because he feels as though he wants to do a feud between myself, Chris, Alex, and yeah.
Alex, he's
John is champion. So, and John's being butthurt about it.
So basically, so basically, these are going to go the same route as they normally do, as you guys described.
Yeah. I don't think I have ever told you anything wrong, Adrian. Everything I've said about TWE, people that have came in two WWH from TWE or other E-Feds have all been right.
Right.
Call me Mr. Perfect if you want.
It's not a bad company as long as they can get their shit together and cut out the cancer. You know, but
From the looks of it, that's not going to happen. So, you know, what can you do? You know, so on that note, I guess we will call it. And once again, thank you guys for joining me. And make sure to follow us on Twitter, WWHEFed. Also to be friends with us at WWHEFed as well. Subscribe to us at WWHEFed on YouTube. We'll be posting more content on there. We're thinking about adding, uploading Tron video entrances on there. So be on the lookout for that. It probably won't happen this week. It'll probably happen next week sometime when I have free time. Also, I would like to thank, of course, Baron for joining, Samson, Equinox, and Jenny.
Yeah, I had to take time away from COD to be on here. God damn it.
You'll be fine.
the bullets will come out your ass for the FK.
Yeah, but I think the next podcast we're gonna have Nick Sanderson on, hopefully.
Well, we'll see how that goes. He's waiting to get his signing bonus, I'm thinking.
Yeah, so hopefully
Adrian's not offering enough money.
I offer each talent at least $2 million up front.
Oh, that's a load of shit. Brandon Fields didn't get $2 million.
That's because Randy Fields is a poor ass bitch.
Oh.
As far as I know,
But yet I went into the locker room the other day and found Chris Matthews on his knees sucking Baron's dick.
Yeah, that's we didn't want that to be thrown out on the podcast, but now that it's out, yeah, that's what happened.
I mean, Equinox was there as a witness, but I didn't think he would, put that out there. But as far as I know, Fields got like a $4 million upfront bonus. So when he signed, he just never cashed in the check because, as far as I see,
Well, yeah, it's probably sitting on the table. Whenever I'm in need for more beer, I'll probably go and cash it.
Yeah, you need $2 million to buy more beer.
Yeah, why not?
So you just spent the whole $2 million on beer?
Well, yeah. What the hell else would I spend it on? Maybe a little Mary Jane.
I mean, what? A guy can't be, a guy can get thirsty, So.
Strippers.
Yeah.
Of course, that would be Equinox's first thing to do once he got paid. He could share the beer. Yeah, that's what Jenny said. He could share the beer.
She likes my beer.
All right, I can share. Fine.
Yeah, but like I said, spread the name out, or spread the word, I guess you would say. We want to try to get more people to join. And we'll just keep, what's up, Equinox?
1, 2, 3. Baron, get the lube.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
Samson needs to get the lube. I ain't getting the lube.
One of these days, one of you guys are going right through a table.
No.
I don't
Just
know.
like-
You're the one that likes wood, not me.
Oh
Shut
boy.
up. Just like what happened to Shane, I'm going to exactly do what I did to Ben. I'm going to put him through a table.
And on that note, we're calling it a night. See ya.
Are we calling out it?
Thanks for spread the